Greetings everyone, Bear Tracker Nature Films here, looking at some tracks from an opossum. And these are really cool because opossums are the only marsupial in North America. And what that means is that they raise their young in a pouch. So instead of being placental mammals, they have their young before they're fully grown, and then those little babies crawl up to the mother's pouch where they attach, and they continue their development there. So the opossum's a unique animal because of that. It's also unique because it has an opposable thumb. So this right here is the thumb. This is a right hind track right here. So you can see all the toes. There's toe number 1, which is the thumb. Toe 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the hind foot has 5 toes with an opposable thumb. So this characteristic will help you identify opossum tracks. Some trackers say that they look like a star, and that's because of the front track here. So what happens is the opossum puts down its front foot and it leaves a track, and as the animal moves forward, the hind foot steps on the front track. So this is the right front track right here. Here's toe 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there are 5 toes also on the hind track. Front track, excuse me. So your opossum was moving in this direction, so from the bottom towards the top of your screen. And the next track up here is not quite as good as this one, not as clear, but let's look at it. So here's the next one in the series. Here is the hind foot. Not as clear, you can't see the toe marks, but you can see that opposable thumb. And that is something that will help key you in that this is an opossum track. Here are your 5 toes on the left front foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. That's your front foot. The hind foot stepped almost exactly on top of that front foot, which is typical of opossums. And again, you can see this opposable thumb. The thumb on the hind foot does not have a claw mark. So that helps also, but most substrates are going to be like this. They're not going to show enough really good detail unless you get mud. Or if this sand happened to have been wet. Now coming up here, there's the next one. It's not as good. This one back here was the best one yet. And it shows all the details quite clearly, and that's why I thought this would be a good track to show you. So if you do see something that looks like a jumble of a bunch of toes and it looks kind of like a star, and if you can make out this opposable thumb, you'll know you have an opossum. So the claw marks here are not as clear. You can see them barely on those hind toes. The front toes have them fur also, but in this one right here, whoops, I just messed it up. You can see it's just like a little point on the end of the finger. So there's your opossum track. Right front, right hind foot. Left front, left hind foot. Hope you've enjoyed and have learned something about opossum tracks, and see you on the trail.